me a sign if you wanna come. Just give me a sign. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Just give me a sign if you wanna come.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the shop and welcome back to a super exciting day. Today, we've got RD's Automotive Equipment here and they've got a very exciting package that's all bundled up in the back of their badass Kodiak. Man, it's cool to see Kodiaks out here in the workforce. We've got our lift that's gonna be getting installed today. These guys are already getting hard at work early in the morning to get all set up, ready to rock and roll and add what is probably one of the most fundamental tools to our shop, which is a lift. A little bit later in this video, we're gonna get into all that information. We will be helping them unload that here in just a minute with the skid steer. But as you guys saw in the beginning of this video, we did do our first mod to the 2020 High Country, and that is tint from our main man Brody himself over at Accelerate. I've just gotten to the point where I cannot drive my trucks if they're not tinted. It just doesn't feel right, but now this thing's looking complete with some privacy. Always looks good. We did go a little bit deeper with the brow on this truck versus my 2020. I'm absolutely loving that. So go check him out. I got his information down in the description below. You guys are from the Lancaster County area, Harrisburg, York, maybe even Chester County, and you want to go out and get a great service, definitely give him a shout. So we've got the shop pretty much all cleared up. We do have a new set of wheels that came in. I'm not gonna say what they're for, but you guys can kind of put two and two together. I'll leave that up as a mystery for now. I'm not gonna reveal those until actually a few weeks once they're ready to go on said truck. But we've got the shop all pretty much ready and rocked to clear out. We are going to be, man, taking things to the next level today. So we've got the Power Stroke chilling over here. We've got the Denali hanging out. It's gonna be a great day weather-wise, man. I'm just on cloud 9. Now, Dream Diesel giveaway number 10 is still live, so you guys can grab your entries. First link in the description below for that 2017 Platinum and $10,000 cash. The giveaway will be ending, though, in just about 2 weeks' time. So if you haven't gotten your entries already, guys, time is a-ticking. And this is when Kodiaks were in their prime. Really cool to see one of these kind of out in the wild. You don't see them all that much anymore. They're few far and in between, but man, talk about OG workhorses, the DURTYMAX, baby, putting in the work. So as these guys are getting everything kind of unstrapped and unbundled, we're going to take the skid steer out and help them unload. So getting everything kind of set up for the time being, but I wanted to give you guys a quick little update about how our original lift plans have kind of since changed. If you guys can recall, when we did our first video here in the shop where it wasn't even complete yet, I was throwing around the idea of actually putting the lift kind of somewhere over here, but I since have changed my mind because honestly thinking into it, it really wouldn't be the best option to utilize the space that we have here. There would be like a pole here and there would be a pole there, and it would just be kind of hard to get around and maximize the square footage that we have in this shop. So we decided that we're actually going to end up putting the lift legs here and here. So it's going to give us super easy accessibility in and out, so that way we don't really have to kind of like do weird turn angles or anything like that when we're trying to exit. And of course pulling in will be very simple, and we'll be able to maximize the trench drain that we have here if we want to do undercarriage washing, sanitization, anything along those lines. So that's kind of the plan for right now. It's going to be a really exciting day. I'm not going to talk any longer. Let's get right into it, guys.
Jack, why'd you need a skid steer?
I don't know, dude. But I will tell you that I'm so happy that DieselWorks hooked us up with this little apparatus right here, man. Especially with straps, it makes just knowing that your load ain't gonna go anywhere that much better, man. Yeah, it was good to put the machine to use. I really love having this thing around, guys. Let's tell you what. Before having a skid steer, you kind of realize like, all right, what am I gonna need one of those for? After you have one, you're like, what would I do without it? But anyway, the guys got the lift here and ready to basically start the installation process. We ended up getting ourselves an Atlas 12,000 pound 2-post lift that's gonna go basically right in this general vicinity. It happened to work out really well because Rob actually had one of these at his shop, and these guys actually did all the lift installations for Peach Bottom Auto Body. And as you guys know, those are our fam down there. Sean and Mike, the owner, had actually kind of just pointed us in the direction of these guys. They were happy to come up from Northern Maryland to help us out in this installation. What we're looking at here is this pretty badass Atlas 12,000 pound lift. What I love especially about it is the color scheme. It's kind of like that like light gray, Nardo gray with red accents. All of the arms are the same length. So we'll be able to either pull vehicles in or back vehicles in. There's a lot of stuff that I want to go over specifically about the lift, but for right now, these guys, I'm gonna let them continue doing what they're doing, and I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the process. So they just tapped in their first holes with their impact, basically to secure the right side, we'll call it, of the lift. Basically what they're doing right now is they're shimming out the lift. That way it sits nice and level, because this side of this pad is actually angled in order to drain appropriately. And of course you don't want your lift arms sitting like this. You want them nice straight up and down. So they're shimming it out right now to get it nice and level, and then we are gonna secure it to the ground, and boys, we are locked and loaded. That's good looking level right there, boys. And last and final step to make it legit, what are we torquing these things down to?
120 foot-pounds.
120 foot-pounds. We are getting close, boys. Ooh, buttery, man. Very nice. Man, that red and gray combo looks so sick. All right, guys, we're getting close right now. They're basically working on bleeding the lines, getting all the air out of the system. You can see it's getting thirsty, drinking down that hydraulic fluid. Everything is fine.
Everything is not fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a two-post lift, and I couldn't be any more excited about it. Again, shout out to Rob and Joey. Rob, the owner, came out from Northern Maryland, right around the Cecil County area, to install this lift. It was about an hour up for him. We had gotten, as I had mentioned, a referral from our boys at Peach Bottom Auto Body. So kind of keeping it local with the small business thing. Love to support small businesses in any way, shape, or form that I can, any capacity. And those guys did a freaking killer job. Literally 3.5 hours. They got this thing completely installed, and I think it looks better than it did right when they unpackaged it. I mean, these guys were so meticulous that they went and they cleaned it all up, they spit shined it, and they got it ready to rock and roll, and they took extreme care in the overall process. I couldn't be any more excited about this day, guys. This is like a monumental day in just like shop ownership. I would say getting the actual shop is a big deal, and then it's like the first toolbox is a big deal, the racking system's big deal, but then like you increase your capability times, let's call it 12 in this instance, since we have a 12,000 pound lift, when you actually get a lift. And I can't wait to start bringing you guys projects where we're taking advantage of what we can do now rather than kind of rolling around on the ground. Now, the coolest part is I actually recognized Rob from somewhere, and I was kind of like having that like subliminal clicking in my brain trying to like make the connections. Come to find out, he was actually at the Run What You Brung event that I put on with Nick Guitarmageddon this time last year down at Cecil County Dragway. He's got some pretty ridiculous cars that run like 9 seconds in the quarter mile. Big racing guy, big racing enthusiast. And it finally dawned on me when we started talking about Cecil County and all that kind of stuff. So it was really cool to kind of come together under an occasion like this where we could support a local small business. So anyway, guys, this is kind of what we're looking at. Joey did go over the operational aspects, so I'm not going to talk too much about that, but the Atlas 12,000 pound lift, gross weight 2,425 pounds, and it is a certified lift. So I wasn't originally looking at Atlas by any means, but it happened to work out where I got in touch with Rob and I said, hey, this is kind of what I'm looking for. I was originally shopping 10,000 pound lifts, and he said, well, I've got one that's 12,000 pounds. And I said, okay, most importantly, that's good that it can lift, but what color is it? And he's like, it's gray with red arms. So I looked it up real quick and I'm like, man, that looks phenomenal. I didn't want to go with like the standard blue and yellow. I wanted to do something just a little bit different, because that's just kind of what I do, is I just try and make everything simple, complicated. I was gonna go black with yellow arms, but then this came up and it was just a no-brainer. So I was gonna go 10,000 pound lift, but being that Rob had this one on his lot, he said it was only a few $100 more, and well, here it is now. So yeah, that escalated quickly. A few of my favorite characteristics of this lift, starting with the actual lift arms. It's a 3-position lift arm. So what's cool is it's in a 3-stage. You can keep these as short or as long as you want, and when they're fully compressed, they are very, very small. So it's not like they're sticking all the way out here, just for kind of general navigation when there's no vehicle between the posts. Another really cool thing here is the first stage of the lift is actually extremely low profile. And being that Rob is a racer, he said it is extremely important that when you get a lift, you can put anything on that lift basically that you want. Anything from big lifted trucks like Dream Diesel giveaway number 10 all the way down to potentially Corvettes or some other cars in the future, hint, hint. But on a serious note, kind of worked out really well, and it was kind of funny as I was just thinking, we have the Atlas Platinum and that 2017 Platinum, and we're putting $10,000 on top. Seriously, guys, grab your entries because you could be taking that thing home. And it worked out super well. Now, other little details that they mentioned, there are actually these accessories here, extenders, frame cuffs, and other things, kind of standard stuff for lifts. But then another thing I noticed that I really like is there are actually these rubber pads here for doors. Sometimes when you're lining the lift up to the actual lifting points, your door opens right here. On some lifts that I've seen in the past, it's just metal, whereas this actually has a rubber stop. So you can open it and kind of like squeeze your way out, sometimes making contact, but at least we know in this instance, it's gonna be nice and protected. And you see this pretty standard in today's lift manufacturing, but your safety releases are all connected to one lever rather than two. On some older lifts, you actually have to go release one side and then release another side in order to safely let down your lift arms. But in this instance, everything is located in one spot so you don't have to move around while trying to operate the lift. So right now you guys can see that we actually have some loose wires, and you might be wondering, well, does the lift work? Ready? Nope. So the issue is right now, basically we don't have our circuit panel installed yet. We're still working on basically the approvals with the township and kind of going through that whole lengthy process, which is unfortunately getting extremely delayed because of coronavirus and the fact that the world shut down right now. So what we're going to try and do is see if we can just plug into another 220 on site just for the kind of temporary time being, so we can actually like put this thing to use. So we are gonna end up going out and probably grabbing some cord. That way we can kind of come up with our own little plug apparatus and get this thing ready to rock. And then this one over here, as Joey had mentioned earlier, is actually for that safety bar all the way up there. That is if you decide to get a little bit too crazy with the fun button here and you go up too high, it'll actually trip the switch if that bar is touched, which is why it has padding on there too, because I mean this lift is very capable of running a truck right up into the ceiling and into that cross support beam, and it would just be a really bad day. We actually just measured from the outside of the wheel to the outside of the wheel on Dream Diesel giveaway number 10, and it's about 90 inches, you said? Wow. And then from side to side on the lift, we have 112 inches. Every inch counts in that scenario. So we'll be plenty good to run any truck in here with 14 wides because, well, because you guys know that I just love 14 wides. Come on, let's be honest. Are there other wheel sizes?
Other than what?
14? Yeah, I don't know. I'm stumped. I'm going home, dude. I'll see you later. So we are now on a mission to see if we can't get the right electrical stuff to get this thing rocking and rolling, because I gotta take this lift on the Maiden voyage, boys. Damn, I love that front end. It looks so sick. These high countries with the big badge and then those like shark fin characteristics, man, I'm all about it. And the tint too. Nah, sorry, dude. I'm just kidding. Come on, dude. Come on. And this like chocolate brown interior is awesome. I never really thought that like the brown and black thing would work so well. Damn, it smells like a brandy spanking new truck in here. No windows, dude. We need to just suffer until it cools down because it smells way too nice.
Suffer for the smell.
It is worth it. All right, 8-Ball. I see you looking good over there. You turned my AC seat on, dude?
Of course I turned your AC.
My man, you know, thanks for looking out. Dude, forgot my face mask.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
I think my nose is big enough to hold it up. All right, boys and girls, we're over here at Tool Shed. We're gonna run in there and see if we can't get what we need. All right, no luck there, boys. We gotta go to the next stop. All right, stop number 2. I wonder if they still have the $200 N95 face masks. We'll let you know. Can you see anything?
See what?
Yep. Sweet success, boys. We got what we need. Hopefully when we get this thing plugged in, we are plugging into a 225 20 amp circuit that is available on site. A 30 amp actually isn't, but that's what the lift requires. We're gonna see if we can make just like a small little connection for the temporary time being until the electricians come out to run the 30. It's actually gonna power it, but we don't know if it's gonna have enough power to actually lift up a truck. Hopefully we test that at the end of the video. See you guys back at the shop. All right, guys, great news. It looks like we have our temporary connection established. Not beautiful by any means, but it works. And that's pretty much all that we wanted to accomplish right now. That way we didn't have this nice, brand new, beautiful lift that we couldn't use. We're gonna grab the 2020 High Country and we're gonna try and give this thing its first maiden voyage. How nice is that? I just want to give it a look. I've actually never backed the truck up onto the lift before, but being that this one's going to be hitting the lift here soon and potentially getting stripped down, I don't want to, you know, replicate a real scenario. They're greasy as hell right now. Brandy spanking new.
Excuses.
Literally so new.
Butterfingers.
Okay, I'm sorry. Uno, dos. Looks like we're pretty much lined up where I want it. All right, I'm gonna go up a little bit. You can be my eyes over here, Jake.
Yep.
Am I good up front?
Yep. Right on the frame over here.
Find a nice happy medium. All right, up we go, boys. Oh man, I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I'm nervous. Yes, we got takeoff, boys. This is like so satisfying. Now our safety bar doesn't work right now, so we gotta remain vigilant. All right, so now the safety bar, crank down to go on the latches. All right, give myself a round of applause. And guys, honestly, I feel like if I wanted to, I could have probably pulled up further because we have these 3-stage arms and I probably could have put this pad here, but that's like really stable. Like, I'm not really worried about anything. Guys, we did it! What an accomplishment. And I'm so stoked to like share this moment with all of you guys. Oh yeah, we gotta document the moment here, boys. This is a big day. I'm curious to see if we can take the back arms and put them on the leaf spring mount. And obviously, as we continue to lift up trucks and put things in the air, we're gonna find our preferred mounting locations. So if we wanted to go all the way back.
I don't know if you're gonna reach up front now though.
All right guys, I'm actually completely just kidding. That first mount point was the one. Bullseye, boys. So as per our instruction, we successfully lifted and lowered a truck, and now we are basically just going to re-torque all of the anchors that are in the pad. 125 foot-pounds as per what we were told. Good?
Yeah, loosen up a little bit.
I'm not surprised though with some of the ones that are shimmed. Nice, nice.
That one was loose too.
So Jake's gonna knock out that other side and then we'll be good to go. And then basically preventative maintenance from that point forward is about every 3 months to check them. They shouldn't really change all that much, but when you're dealing with new hardware, sometimes things can kind of just get a little loosey-goosey after they're initially installed. Kind of like 8Ball's 625 head studs. Once we got them installed, did one heat cycle, and then we had to go back and have Tyler from Beaselworks actually retorque every single one. Now, speaking of all the trucks, we actually miraculously were able to get all of, well, actually not all the trucks that I own, but most of the trucks that matter in this shop right now, which was actually pretty surprising. Now, I can't get over that side, and we can't squeeze through this little gap and basically have to walk outside here, but hey, you know what? It's totally doable, and we are making the most out of the space, but I think it's fair to say that I'm already kind of out of room. Cut. Sweet, dude, we're ready to rock and roll. So that's pretty much where we're gonna wrap up this video, guys. The high country is actually gonna stay right here because in the next video, things are gonna start to happen, and it involves a scalpel. Scalpel meaning a bunch of tools right here and us, and yeah, it's coming apart, boys. It's gonna be a really awesome video. You're not gonna wanna miss it, but we're pretty much gonna wrap up and call it quits for the day. If you haven't grabbed your double entries for Dream Diesel giveaway number 10, which is, of course, as you guys know, Clifford, the Big Red Ford, this Power Stroke Platinum, and $10,000, definitely go ahead and do so. Visit the link, Enthusiast, down in the description below. We do have a bunch of Memorial Day themed products up right now. We wanna get those in your possession before the holiday, which is coming up here right at the end of May. That being said, my like league, I love you guys. Do you the best. Tap that subscribe button on your way out, and I will see you all in the next upload.
Tell me, why do I still feel so alone?